All right, what is up, guys? Today, Liam and I are going to be ranking our top three and worst three sources of carbs because carbs can be a very good tool, especially when you're working out to improve like your performance and stuff of your workouts and your hormones. But there's a lot of ways you can go wrong and a lot of ways you can go well with them. So we're going to be ranking them, and you guys will see what our top three and top worst ones are. All right,
Yeah,
so I'll go first. So my number one is going to be,
start with the best.
yeah,
Let's see.
honey.
Oh, you're gonna steal my number
Honey,
one.
yeah, of course it's gonna be one of them.
Definitely number one.
Honey's one of the most goated ones because there's no fiber. It's about 50% glucose, 50% fructose, if I'm not mistaken. So you're gonna get it
Yeah,
pretty quick into your bloodstream, but it's not like,
as monosaccharides, like it's not sucrose,
yeah,
so it doesn't
exactly.
easily
So it's
broken down. No
quick
digestion,
digesting.
right?
Yeah. And especially if it's raw honey, you're gonna get those other sort of like holistic benefits of it, like for your
There's
gut
enzymes. It
microbiome.
helps with digestion.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
like antimicrobial properties,
And the thing about honey too
things
is
like
like
that.
it never goes bad, bro. You can literally have a jar of honey with you anywhere, and just like a spoon, get a 1 tablespoon, and boom, you're laughing. Like they've literally found like 2,000-year-old honey in like Egyptian tombs and stuff, and it's still not bad. It's the only food on earth that never spoils. So
Yeah.
it's goaded for that. It's got to be my number one.
hmm All right, for my number one, I'm going to go with. I'm gonna say potato.
Okay.
Sweet potato, white potato, doesn't matter. Both starches, basically pure glucose, really easy to digest. They have some fiber, uh, some good gut benefits too. But yeah, straight up glucose. They're also high potassium. That's going to help with your fluid retention and your metabolism, things like that. They're very low in deuterium because they're a root.
Mm.
Deuterium is basically hydrogen with an extra neutron. So when it goes into the mitochondria for your metabolism, it's not going to slow it down, right? So it's something that's good in the winter. Basically, just slow release glucose. So very steady uh, energy for your muscles. Pretty good.
And how do you recommend consuming the potatoes?
I would always cook your potato, cook your starches.
What method
Um,
though?
However you want to cook your potato. Mashed potato probably most surface area to digest it. That's probably optimal for you can also bake it. That's probably easy.
Mm. I've heard that when you boil it, some of the nutrients leach into the water, especially the minerals. What do you have to say of that?
Possibly. Yeah, I mean, you're not really eating potato for minerals.
Yeah, more so for
I
the
guess the
carbs.
potassium is pretty high actually,
Yeah.
but if you're steaming them, then the water will evaporate. I find when I boil them, like in a pan, the water evaporates by the time they're done cooking.
Mm.
So
So you kind of like
I'm
steam them in a
sure,
pan?
yeah, that's how I cook them. I boil them in the pan until the water evaporates, then they're basically cooked.
And you eat the skin?
No, I would not eat the skin either.
Oxalates, maxing.
It's just gonna take longer to digest,
Yeah.
more fiber, and it's like no reason to be eating the skin. You just want the starch from
Mm.
the potato.
One thing to note as well, regular potatoes like white potatoes are number one, they're nightshades, so they can be triggering for some people, like if you have like autoimmune disease or like leaky gut, something like that. But then also, I'm pretty sure for this year they made it into the Dirty Dozen, white potatoes. So that's
I
another
think
thing
sweet
to note.
potatoes too, or sweet potatoes have
No,
always been right.
no, sweet potatoes. I don't think they're on either the Dirty Dozen or the Clean 15. I think they're just like in the middle or
I
whatever.
thought they're in that dirty dozen.
No, I don't think so.
Anyways, if you don't know, dirty dozen is high in pesticides.
Yeah, the
So
top 12 most pesticide sprayed crops. So those are like ideally ones you want to avoid or get organic if possible, if you're not going to avoid them altogether. And then clean 15 are the ones that
organic
are
is
least
sprayed with
pesticide sprayed.
pesticides.
Yeah.
So just different pesticides.
Maybe we'll go over a video of that sometime soon. That's a good idea.
Pesticides are a big thing,
Yeah.
especially with carbs.
Hmm. Okay, my number two is going to be some type of melon, whether
Mm.
it's like watermelon, like cantaloupe, cannery melon, honeydew melon, something like that. Because melon, obviously, you're gonna get the carbs with it too, right? But it's very, very hydrating because of the water content and also the electrolytes with it, the potassium and stuff. So it's very hydrating. Obviously, carbohydrate, you want to be able to get that water as well as actual carbs to actually hydrate your muscles in your body. So that's probably going to be my second.
Hmm. I mean, really, you can drink water with carbs and your body will know what to do with it.
But it's not as
But I agree with you.
structured as the melon.
Yeah, very true. All right, my second one, I'm going to go with wild berries. Now, why is this indented? Okay. Now, wild, I don't mean go pick your own berries, but like we talked about pesticides, blueberries, they're on the dirty dozen.
Mm.
So they're heavily sprayed with pesticides. And even organic berries are going to have lots of pesticides, just different ones, right? Because they have to follow the criteria to be labeled organic. So wild, they're really not spraying them in the wild, so it's going to be pesticide free, less genetically modified, whatever. It's going to be healthier. And berries are my second one because um, they're a good source of sugar, and they actually, in studies, have been shown to improve insulin sensitivity. And they're pretty high in antioxidants like polyphenols, basically help out your metabolism, reduce inflammation, and they're just a great source of sugar.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, even if like you remember me showing you in the summer those June berries, those are a form of wild berries. So it's like
Yeah.
obviously depending where you live, there are some times where you can actually go and like pick your own or go to some like orchard or bush
Usually those
field, something like
aren't
that.
actually wild. Or like if you go to a berry farm or you go to pick strawberries, those are usually sprayed with
Depends.
stuff.
You'd have to look into it. Or at least like the city of Ottawa, they can't spray that stuff, and if they do, they specifically have to like put a disclaimer around that area.
Mm.
Like
Really, I
a
just get frozen ones.
yeah, those frozen wild
Really
blueberries, the
consistent.
ones from Costco, goated. Those are the best ones. Okay, my
Yeah, for
third,
sure. They're pretty local too.
yeah,
Local
they're
food
from
is good
Quebec. Mine is
for
going to be
bacteria.
oranges slash orange juice. Again, very similar to the melons, very hydrating, but you're also going to get a good dose of vitamin C. Because the thing with having a lot of carbs is they compete for absorption with vitamin C. So if you're going to have one, you kind of need higher of the other as well. That's why, like, for example, when people go carnivore, you don't really need much vitamin C because you're not really getting any carbs. And, you will be getting that very, very small amount if you're eating something like raw liver. It has the amounts that you need. Same with like milk and stuff. But if you're having a lot higher carbs, you need more vitamin C. So oranges are going to help with that. But then, like I said, they're also very hydrating. And orange juice, like, who doesn't like a good glass of orange juice? So hydrating,
Hmm.
refreshing. And the Ray Peat Itarians, they know exactly what's up with orange juice. It's goaded.
I'm not whatever that is. I don't really know what's up.
Ray
I'll give an
Peat.
honorable mention about kiwis, really high in vitamin C.
Yeah.
Also, digestive enzyme for protein. Same with pineapple, another digestive enzyme for protein
Mm.
and high vitamin C. But kind of torn. I was gonna say kiwi, but you kind of already covered the vitamin C. So I'm gonna go with rice.
Bro likes his starches, eh? Starch
Starches are the
maxing.
best. Or cream of rice. More specifically, like pre or post workout for the insulin response and very low fiber, very fast digesting. It's not gonna sit in your stomach. It's yeah. I was like basically only eating rice and meat with no fiber, like up to my show. I don't
Mm.
think I shit for like 3 days before my bodybuilding show because on peak week, all I was eating was like rice, like zero fiber.
That's crazy.
It was like all just getting absorbed into me. And like I had no bloat, no nothing.
Your stomach
Like it
vacuums must
digests
have
so
been
well.
crazy.
There's nothing bad about it. It's literally just a pure starch that is going to fuel you pretty quickly, fast glucose to the
Mm.
bloodstream.
One thing to mention about the rice is if you're gonna have rice, always get some form of white rice, whether it's jasmine or basmati and stuff. Because if you're
Mhm.
getting, let's say, brown rice, you're getting that whole outer shell and hull of the grain, which one accumulates a lot of heavy metals like arsenic and stuff, but then also you're
Yeah.
just getting the pesticides and all the bullshit on there as well. So you want to avoid those.
Yeah. You talk about not wanting refined carbs,
Hmm.
but you
That's
do
that's
actually
really the
want
only
refined
one where you want
carbs.
refined.
Same with oats, I would say.
Yeah.
Oats.
Mm.
But yeah, straight to the mitochondria, pure glucose. Gonna fuel your workouts and your recovery. Very good.
Just a quick honorable mention. I was gonna say that I was considering for one of my top three, but didn't make it there. And you kind of already mentioned it. Pineapple is really good because of
Mhm.
the enzyme in it called bromelain, which is a digestive enzyme. So when you eat it with some type of animal protein, whether it's like an egg or dairy or just meat,
Any protein, technically.
you want animal protein. All other proteins, BS, incomplete.
I agree.
Anyways, it helps break it down and actually like get the amino acids to
Same with
their.
kiwis, actually. They have a different one. It's not bromelain,
Yeah, what's it called?
but I think it starts with an A.
Mm. Yeah, I might have heard of it.
I can search it
It
out.
sounds a little familiar. But yeah, basically the enzyme just helps digest the protein quicker. It makes it easier on your digestive system. So that's an honorable mention for me. But
Actinidin, or however you say that.
what's it called?
Actinidin. It's a
Actinidin. Yeah,
protease,
I heard of that
so it breaks
before.
down proteins. Also, both are high in vitamin C.
Mm.
Lots of good reasons for vitamin C.
Okay,
That's hard
so
to animal foods. Actually, I'm pretty sure adrenal glands are high in vitamin C. That would be an animal source. If you
yeah,
eat the adrenal glands,
kidneys are good for vitamin C. I'm pretty sure,
yeah. Anyways,
especially
most
raw.
people are not going to eat that. It's easy to get from fruits
Yeah,
like those.
exactly. Plus, it's water soluble too. So if you're cooking it, you're probably cooking out most of vitamin C. That's why raw liver
Yeah,
is the
for sure.
best. But for my worst, I'm gonna go with any type of bread.
Any type of bread?
Any type of bread. Okay.
Any type of bread.
Any type of bread, even
What
if it's
about
sourdough.
a nice sourdough, huh?
Even sourdough.
Okay.
Obviously, quality is the most important thing. But if you're thinking of just your average bread, like you're getting at the grocery store, it has so much bullshit in it, and also it's definitely not
I
organic.
would say there's a big spectrum on bread,
Yeah.
but I agree. Like all refined white flour is not going to be ideal, right?
Mm. Fortified with synthetic vitamins, especially the folic
Yeah.
acid, which is going to mess up your folate receptors.
Iron
And
as well is not a good
yeah, not heme
synthetic
iron.
nutrient you want to be eating.
Hmm.
Folic acid and iron. I mean, I said cream of rice, which sometimes is fortified. You can get brands that aren't fortified for sure.
But even then, you could make your own cream of rice. You'll just get the white rice and blend it into a like a
Yeah,
flour
I've tried
almost.
that. It's not really the same,
Maybe you gotta
but
try a different blender, like a food processor. But
you
another
would need
thing with
like
bread too, the wheat.
it's just granulated rice at the end of the day,
Yeah.
cream of rice.
Mm,
So don't get a fortified one for sure,
yeah.
or with all those like artificial sweeteners, especially if you're on bodybuilding prep towards the end.
Oh yeah. They try and market all those
Watch out for your cream of rice. Yeah,
all these bullshit chocolate muffin cream of rice snap crackle
yeah.
pop bullshit. Yeah, with the bread too, because like most bread is made with wheat. and wheat is very sprayed with glyphosate. So again, you're just gonna be exposed to all that pesticide residue and bullshit. And because it's wheat, it has a lot more gluten, and it's going to just completely fuck up your gut, give you leaky gut. That's where someone might say like, oh, but sourdough is fermented. Yeah, there's less gluten. If you were to have bread, definitely go with like an organic sourdough, and the ingredients should only be
Yeah.
flour, water, and salt.
Oh,
But anything else, go with it. Anything else is just like complete bullshit, especially like the basic like supermarket and grocery store stuff. You might be able to find like a farmer's market or like a proper
yeah.
bakery, like a quality sourdough, but very rare.
Now, personally, I wouldn't put it as my number one worst.
Mm.
Um, but I do agree with all those points.
And also, one last thing on it, it is
Hmm.
so easy to overeat it, and it does not fill you up. It's literally fucking air. I know you don't think so. You're having it when you're like on prep and stuff sometimes, but
I had it a lot on prep. I would get like a brand, you know, still synthetic nutrients, still gluten,
mm,
still whatever's in white flour, but no added ingredients. It was like water, flour, yeast, I think like olive oil, and that brand of bread is getting. It's a
yeah,
fast digesting starch still, but you can get better, healthier starches for sure. And obviously, like ultra processed bread is terrible.
yeah.
If you're eating bread, eat a nice sourdough,
All right, what's your number one
or just
worst?
eat it on occasion. Like, if you have like a nice sourdough pizza or
Mm-hmm.
like a nice French croissant, like some nice baking, like you can enjoy that, but definitely like don't spam bread.
Yeah.
Okay, my worst one. Hmm, it's hard. There's a lot of really bad ones.
I already have my other two mapped out in my head. You can't be
I have
taking
a
them.
couple. I have a couple ideas. I'm gonna go with. This is more general than a specific one, but fried
Okay.
fried food. So like fries, donuts, um, obviously fried in seed oils.
Yeah.
Really not good. When fried, they're gonna produce aldehydes, cancer-causing compounds. Uh, any polyunsaturated fatty acid, if it's really heated repeatedly, it's gonna oxidize. It's gonna create reactive oxygen species. It's very carcinogenic. It's not good for you. Also, they have fat, so high fats and high carbs at the same time is usually not ideal because you can only oxidize one at a time. Like, so once you're oxidizing glucose, fatty acids are going to stay elevated and vice versa. So you're just going to have elevated levels of that in your blood. It's going to lead to glycation, which is not good. And just not good for your metabolism. Basically, that's the gist of it. Like, even if the macros are okay, you got some fat, some carbs. It's really not from the best sources. And yeah, like you said, like donuts are going to be bread,
Mm.
basically flour. I mean,
Yeah.
so it's same as bread. So it's literally bread, but like
Fried sugar powdered
bread
bread.
plus oxidized seed oils is not good for you.
Bro, that just makes me think of like those mainstream fitness people and like bodybuilders are always having their crumble cookie and their Krispy Kreme shit. It's like, bro, come on.
No actual bodybuilders are doing that shit unless it's like an epic post show meal or like massive refeed, basically. Actually, I don't understand that. A lot of bodybuilders before a show, they'll have like burger fries and a diazide. It's basically burger, fries, and a diuretic, and that's just the stupidest thing ever. Um, like, why are you not eating the exact same foods you used for the entire prep to carb up? Basically, you're just gonna go eat a burger and fries
Yeah.
to like fill up on glycogen. Like you've been eating The same food as a whole prep. Unless you're constantly refeeding on that, it's not the healthiest thing. But if you react well to it, fair game. But I'm putting that in my worst.
Fried food. Okay, my second is going to be pasta. So again,
Bro, these are not bad. And
it
that's just white flour, bro.
bro, it ties back exactly to the whole wheat concept of the gluten, whether it's white or whole, whatever. Okay, but then also the glyphosate, insane
Ah,
amounts. The only caveat here is if you're getting some like high quality organic like Italian one, but even then it is so easy to overeat pasta. So easy. One serving is like two, three
bro, it's a
hundred
pasta.
calories.
How bad they're gonna be?
Bro, I'm literally half Italian and I'm saying that pasta's ass for you. Terrible.
Fair enough.
Especially in North
What do you
America,
think about in
Canada
Europe?
and
They
US.
have, yeah, Canada, US especially. I agree. In Europe, it's actually better.
Yes, that's because like the wheat's not hybridized or some bullshit like that.
Different different chemical structure of gluten, basically,
Yeah. But that too,
and
people
less
sit,
like more pesticide regulations, stuff like
yeah,
that. I don't know
so
exactly.
many more like farming and agriculture standards and stuff like that that they have there. But another thing too, people will say like, "Oh, I go to Europe and I like lose weight or some shit." One, they're not actually eating that much because the serving sizes are smaller.
And you're
And
walking.
yeah, when you're in Europe, you're literally walking like 20, 25,000 steps a day, if not more. So it's like, are you really
Yeah.
like magically losing weight because of the type of food? I don't know. But pasta is so easy to overeat. So that's why I'm gonna put it as one of my worst. If you
Now, what
want
are
to eat
those
it,
people?
be a fat ass, you know, and wonder why you're fat. Pretty simple.
I'm gonna slightly disagree with you. I think pass is okay. I wouldn't put it out as my worst. Okay, what I'm gonna put is something that's really bad. Is high.
Fructose corn syrup.
Yeah, that's just gonna
Yeah.
destroy your mitochondria. It straight to the liver, basically. Just so much fructose. You're just overloading your liver with fructose. You really can't handle all that at once. It's
Yeah.
definitely not a natural thing.
Not natural at all.
Um,
Because like most fruits and like honey and stuff, it's like 50% fructose, 50%
yeah,
glucose on average. You know, they vary a couple percentages, but it's like it's not natural to get that 100% fructose or like whatever high percentage it is.
mhm. Lots of glycation as well,
Yeah.
because like fatty liver, it's gonna lead to just destroy your metabolism.
Hmm.
Really, no reason you should ever eat any foods with that in it. Um, like if you want a sweet treat, like doesn't need to have high fructose corn syrup.
Bro, you'd literally be better off having just straight cane sugar than high fructose corn syrup.
Cane sugar, that's not the worst.
That's not. That's what they used to
Like
use. Like,
it's just sucrose, basically. I mean, no, it is bad to overeat it and be underactive, but like
it's
right
a
after a
better
workout,
option.
right after a workout, super anti-cortisol, still higher in fructose,
Yeah.
which could overload your liver, but still, um,
Another thing
yeah,
too is it feeds your bad bacteria in your gut, so it's very easy to cause gut dysbiosis and cause like
mm-hmm.
so many issues like acne, bloating, all this bullshit.
Endotoxins,
Yeah,
all
exactly.
carbs do, but yeah, you want the,
That one's probably the worst.
mm-hmm.
And not to mention most things that's going in, it's all like processed junk. So they're just like stripped of micronutrients. So they're just high fructose corn syrup and just bullshit. So it's
Yeah,
not giving you any actual nutrition. They're literally just making you fat.
for sure.
My third one, and I feel like this one might hit home to you. It's gonna be oats.
Bro, this is not bad. How is this bad?
Another thing with oats, bro, it's another one of those like commercialized crops, just like wheat. So it's sprayed with glyphosate. Yeah, you could say like organic is gonna be better, sure, but that's not the case. Everyone's eating Quaker oats like some bullshit, the big ass bag. They're throwing protein powder in there, this and that, or they're getting like the ones with the added sugar, the flavorings, all that sort of stuff. No one's eating just straight plain oats. And another thing to ask yourself: do you actually like oats, or do you like the shit that you put on top of your oats to just mask the taste of them? Right? Because I remember I used to eat oats like 3 years ago. Okay, I'd get the apple and
Mhm.
cinnamon bullshit, low sugar. I think it had like what is it, sucralose or some like artificial sweetener in it. I'd put a scoop of protein powder, some like applesauce in there, and I'm just masking the disgusting flavor of oats. Oats do not taste good on their own. That's why you have to add shit to it.
Milk and like brown sugar
Yeah,
are goaded on
this
oats.
to
But
sweeten
you're
it
right.
because it tastes like shit. Your body knows it's not good.
I love a good bowl of that, but definitely true. Oats aren't that good.
If
But
you
as like
are going to
if
have
you're getting
oats,
quick oats just as a source of starches that are pesticide free and gluten free, I would say they're good.
yeah, I would also get
However,
organic and
oh sorry.
sprouted if you can.
Yeah. So it's not like never eat oats. I don't think this is the worst. I would put yours in the mid range. If we had a mid carb sources, I would put yours there.
These are all worse to mid, all of them. Another thing with oats is the phytic acid. So if you're eating anything with it that really has, a good level of micronutrients coming from minerals, so let's say, obviously this isn't like a good combo, but like beef or like eggs or something around the oats, that phytic acid is going to bind to the minerals and you're not actually going to be able to absorb
Hmm.
nearly as much. So that's another thing to keep in mind. Or
I
like,
believe
let's say you
iron
have dairy
absorption as
with it.
well.
What?
I believe iron absorption as well.
Yeah,
There's
all minerals, even calcium. So it's like if you're adding
right.
dairy to that or having it with it, it's just gonna like block the absorption of it. So that's another thing
Hmm.
as well.
Yeah. So like grains are definitely mid to low tier.
That's why I put
Right.
it lower
Versus
than the bread and the pastas because it's gluten
yeah.
free in a sense, so it's not as bad on your gut,
Well,
but
bro, bread and pasta is just like grain slime, right?
it's
You
all
mash them all up
grain
and you
slime
bake it.
sludge, baked sludge,
It's all grain sludge.
goy slop.
Still a starch, like, it will still benefit your workouts. It will still, give the same benefit as potato and rice, but they also have negative effects on your health and on your digestion. So that's the big difference between those.
Yeah.
But
It's also
uh,
just peasant food.
pretty much, I mean, you want your starches in your diet, very anabolic, but you want as clean sources of it as possible with as much nutrition.
That's why you go potatoes or white rice, like you
Yeah,
wrote
really
down.
nothing that's going to disrupt your nutrient absorption or digestion from potato or rice to
Yeah.
any noticeable extent, unless you're like bloated from the fiber in potatoes. That might not be good.
Mm.
My third worst one is going to be blue glucose polymer. I'm going to put in brackets. So a glucose polymer is like maltodextrin or highly branched cyclic dextrin. That is not going to be in regular foods, but they actually add maltodextrin to like chips and like fast food. And
Mm.
this is literally straight glucose to your bloodstream, massive insulin spike. During your workouts, you kind of want that. So it's in a lot of carb supplements. Same with dextrose, they add this to a lot of foods. But yeah, huge spike in blood sugar basically instantly. And it's crazy that they add this to regular foods that people eat. This is why people have diabetes. Uh, it's not as bad as high fructose because it is glucose. It's not going to overwhelm your liver, but glucose is really what drives insulin, and insulin is going to make you fat if you are just constantly spiking it. you'll become resistant to it. You will become a fat diabetic if you're constantly eating food with maltodextrin and you're not working out.
Facts. I'm gonna give a quick honorable mention here. I won't write it down, but just like any sort of carb like snack, something like cookies or crackers or some bullshit like that. Because again, it just ties back to the whole wheat argument. But then also, it's like the habit of snacking like that and just eating that is not doing any favors for you. Of like getting in shape, always spiking your insulin, always piling carbs in your mouth. It's like you're just overeating and you're just becoming fat. So it's not doing you any sort of service. Just voided
Yeah.
of micronutrients.
You look at everything here, really, like, it's not that nutritious, even
Mm-hmm.
our best ones.
Yeah.
Carbs are not the best source of actual nutrients that your body needs. Um, you know, really, vitamin C is the big one on our list, what you'll get from these, or like some polyphenols or antioxidants like, did I mention beta carotene in sweet potatoes?
No, you didn't.
There's beta carotene. It can be converted to vitamin A, but your body mostly uses it
Very
on
poorly.
its own as an antioxidant.
Yeah.
So there's not that much health benefit. It's really mostly for insulin, you know, fueling your workouts and recovery and reducing your cortisol, all the byproducts of that. Is really the main reason you want to be eating carbs. With structured meals, with protein, right? You don't want to just be a fat ass eating carbs all day.
Yeah.
They don't make you fat, but they're, right, like you said, easy to overeat the carb snacks
Mm.
because as your blood sugar goes up, you really just get hungrier. Uh, Once your blood sugar drops again, you'll just constantly be wanting snacks. So
Yeah.
it's not all well, it is all mental, right?
Mm.
It's causing you to be hungrier.
Yeah. Do you have any honorable mentions, or is that it?
Um, yeah, just like unnecessary sugar outside workouts is like the worst. And just overeating carbs, I would say.
What would you say is like the high end of carbs that someone should be eating, even if they're training
It
like
is
6 days a week?
all dependent on your activity and your metabolic health. I would say the more carbs, the better. Really, it's going to boost your metabolism, improve your thyroid output, improve your hormones.
Mm.
You should really be eating as much carbs as you can without gaining fat.
Same
Right, I
thing
would
here.
recommend like a pound of protein per body weight usually. Experiment with that. And then the minimal effective amount of fats, and then fill the rest with carbs till you're at maintenance, I would say.
Mm. What does that look like for you?
I eat like 75 grams of fat right now, about 200 protein, and I'm up closer to 500 grams of carbs now.
Mm. Crazy numbers. Bro, since I finished
Crazy numbers,
carnivore,
huh?
I'm like about 150, 200 grams of carbs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was like what I was eating for my depletion on prep,
Yeah.
like 150 grams of carbs.
I'm feeling full with them though.
Full?
Yeah. Like my muscles,
Oh, yeah,
like my glycogen. Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
Anyways, guys, that's
Um,
pretty much the end of the video. If you guys feel like you've gotten enough value from our videos and you're interested in our coaching, you want to take your physique, your health, your mindset to the next level, then our links are in the description and as well as our Instagrams.